All right. Blowing through a Friday morning here, 96.5. The Fan, Fescoe and Dusty with you. Dusty out, Mac in. Coming up in about 25 minutes, our schedule release guru, Jay Binkley, will join us. We'll go over the schedule with him. Little known fact, not only did Jay Binkley say Deshaun Watson should have been a Chief, he also did the third schedule release show of all time. So there you go. Jay Binkley coming up at 6:45, and then at 7 o'clock, Frank Caliendo will be in studio all hour long. Woo! I'm excited to talk to Frank. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk to Frank Caliendo from 7 to 8 o'clock. Mitch Holtis will join us at 8:20. We'll have Joshua Briscoe coming up at 9 o'clock today. All of your Chiefs' needs are going to be met here on your home for the Kansas City Chiefs. 96.5, The Fan. Let's go. Fall is now officially in the books. We know the Chiefs' schedule.
Yes.
We know they're going to be 17-0. And the biggest question is, do we rest our players at the end of the season against the Raiders at home as we get ready for the playoffs?
I don't think I'm asking that. I
think
we've got a ways to go till I'm asking that, yeah.
Oh, no, we're asking it right now. Are you resting your guys in Week 18? Because I know I am. I mean, you got to factor in rest and rust. And
of course.
You're going to have the bye week. And so do
Yeah.
you want to give him 2 weeks? Mahomes' knee. Does he need to get those 2 weeks of rest? I mean, that's what we're going to be talking about when we come back from holiday break. I'm just telling you that right now.
Okay, great.
Do we rest Patrick
right.
Mahomes and the starters? Right? Do we rest these guys? Do we take 2 weeks off? Or do we let them play a half? Do we let Justin Fields play? I can't wait to have those conversations because that means this team has figured it out and they're doing some great things. 17-0. I don't think they're giving up a point this season.
Not one.
Who's scoring?
No, of course.
Which team right now are you saying is going to score a point on the Chiefs?
We had the whole segment yesterday. Hey, be patient with the Chiefs defense. They take
but then
a
the
while
schedule came
and then
out.
you're like,
It's completely
right.
different now that I see the order of the games back. It's completely different because I'm looking at the schedule right now. Bo Nix ain't scoring. Daniel Jones ain't scoring. Dolphins and Raiders. You're looking at 4 times 3. You don't know what you're talking about.
You're
looking about 135-0 in the first 4 weeks of the season, baby. Let's go. Let's have some excitement about this football team.
Oh, I am extremely excited. I just like to think a little bit more realistic.
Why?
You want to because that's the way I work.
I don't want to be realistic. Let me tell you a real quick story, okay, about being realistic.
Yeah.
We're at soccer last night. Season ended last night. Not a great game, but we're sitting up in the stands, watching the game, watching my daughter play, and a year younger is my other daughter. So one of the freshman boys, Tommy, comes up to me, and he's sitting there, and we're talking, and he's getting ready to wrestle and play football. And Mac, there was a junior high game 2 or 3 years ago. Now I guess it was 2 years ago with and Tommy was part of this team at California Trail. Went to 4 overtimes for the Olathe City Championship. It's still one of the most incredible games that I've ever seen. Right, all of us are standing down there on the field like it was unbelievable.
That's
right,
sick.
and Tommy and Lowen are doing their thing out there, and I mean, like this is one of these epic games, and I'm like, oh, this is great. We don't want this game to end. Right, it's touchdown after missed extra point, so you keep going and going and going. It was fantastic, great football game. And so that was about 2 years ago. Tommy's just finishing his freshman year at Olathe East, and he's sitting down next to us, and we're talking about wrestling and stuff. And he looks at me and he goes, I really wish I would have enjoyed that 8th grade football team more and freshman football team more because life goes so fast, man. I didn't appreciate it in the moment. And I said, you sound like what I'm saying about Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs era right now. And this is a kid who's a freshman having these thoughts already. He goes, man, I wish I would have taken 8th grade football a little bit more fun and enjoyed it a little bit more. And then freshman football, he goes, because we're never going to be back to that. These are my guys that I grew up with, and we're never going to play. Some are going to be on JV, some are going to be on varsity, some are going to phase out, not play anymore. These moments are the thing that matters most. And so when I get excited about this stuff, I get excited because there's not a lot of good surprises in life. There's not a lot of great things that happen to us. A lot of times the surprises are negative. And we've got this schedule. We got a surprise season coming up. And I am really excited about it because I do think they're going to be a good football team and a fun football team. And I am living in the moment because I know, as Tommy was saying yesterday, the kid in high school is realizing it. The moments go by so damn fast. And that's why I want to sit here and enjoy this and just say, 17-0. And I feel like they're back after that 6-11 season. Like everything they've done this offseason, except the sourdough video, has been spectacularly awesome, right? Like they get a 0 for that thing, but everything else has been fantastic. And
been great.
I know they won't go 17-0. We all know.
No, I know. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not going to happen. But I do have a really good feeling, and especially if they can start 3-1 or 4-0 and then have that bye, finish that healing process with Patrick Mahomes, and then conquer that rest of the season. Because a 3-1, 4-0 start, Mac, to start this thing, to have the bye, that's going to give Mahomes confidence, it's going to give the offense confidence, we're going to have confidence, and all of those rookies that we're counting on are going to have a lot of confidence.
That's exactly right, and that's why I actually have the Chiefs starting 5-0.
Oh, look at you.
5-0, the Chiefs start out. They come out hot. They beat the Donkey's ass at home in primetime. Then they go to the Colts. They stay at home.
They ride that. They got 2 horses back-to-back.
Back-to-back. Primetime.
Yes.
Yes. Nighttime, ass-kicking for both the horse teams.
Nothing better than kicking a horse's ass.
Yes, exactly. And then at the Dolphins, at the Raiders, I don't think, again, we shouldn't be discussing those games. The Dolphins will be one of, if not the worst team in all of football. They shouldn't have more than 3 wins this whole season, really, truthfully. And then the Raiders, shouldn't have more than 5 or 6. The Chiefs won't be one of them. And then this is where it gets going, right? And then they play the Chargers at home. That's a game that I think they need to win. Like you said, after 5 weeks, they could be 3-0 in the division. Yeah. And because the Broncos and Chargers play each other.
And that's half your games already taken care of.
Done.
You're at worst a 500 division team.
At worst. And that's with losing to all 3 of those. That won't happen, right? So in my opinion, probably 4-2. If you start 3-0, you're probably 4-2, again, at worst. With a good potential of 5-1. So you start 5-0 against those Chargers, against this schedule, and then the Chargers ending 5-0, and then you go to at Seattle. That would be my first loss for the Kansas City Chiefs at Seattle.
How's Seattle scoring on this defense, Mac? I'd like to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't know how Jackson Smith and Jigba's ever going to get open. Yeah,
I mean, we did draft Delane. Okay, I don't know if you heard.
That'll be his. That'll probably that will be his biggest test.
Look, man, I don't mean to interrupt, but like Sam Bradford's not going to be able to throw. Sam Darnold's he's not going to be able to throw the football because that defensive line is going to be eating him for lunch.
Throats.
17 sacks in that game.
They do take their first division loss, 5-2. They beat the Jets and the Falcons and the Cardinals. That's 8-2. And this is where it gets tough for me.
This gets tough here, yeah.
This is where it gets tough. I think they lose 3 games in a row. Bills, Rams, and Bengals. I think they lose all 3 of these games. I think they go 8-5. Right there, they're 8-5.
I thought you'd be a nice replacement when Dusty was on vacation. We're gonna have to get Binkley in here now. Get bent.
But it gets better. 9-5, they beat the Patriots. 10-5, they beat the 49ers. 10-6, they lose to the Chargers. They split the season series. 11-6, they beat the Raiders. 11 wins on the season. I feel like that's the over of the 10.5.
Do me a favor
that gets
right
you in the
now.
Playoffs.
Emergency poll question: would you take 11-6 right now?
Love it. I'm gonna do it.
Would you? I'm asking. Would you take 11-6 right now? You would.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. 11-6.
11-6.
I think this is a tough schedule. Obviously, the 3 games in 11 days, which, again, that third game is the Bills at Buffalo. And then after that, you've got the Rams, the Bengals, the Patriots, the Niners, the Chargers. That is a murderer's row.
It is, yeah.
It just is. And if you start, and if you take that before, you got the Seahawks. And there's just a lot of tough games. And all of the tough games, in my opinion, are the away ones. I think the home schedule's really easy. Like, honestly, let's look at what I said. I mean, I said...
Yeah. Well, other than
1, 2, 3 wins, 4, 5-0, they'll beat 6, and I have them going undefeated at home. In my I just said,
they should go undefeated at home. Yeah,
so
and that's what it is. You go undefeated at home, split on the road. You've had yourself a really good season.
Solid,
right?
Yep,
that's a good year. You take that any time of the day. Because that means 8 plus 4, that's 12 wins, right? Or however we work it out these days with the 17-game schedule. But that used to be always the way it was. You win all your games at home, and then you split on the road, and you're in the postseason every year. Yeah, so an emergency poll question, would you settle, or not settle, but would you sign up for 11-6 right now? Would you take 11-6 right now for the Chiefs? I'm going to say no on that question. Shockingly, I'm going to say no on that question because I think they can be better, and I think they're going to get better as the season goes along. And they're going to get better because they're going to develop confidence early on. All of a sudden, Rashee Rice is going to be a player. All of a sudden, Xavier Worthy is going to be a player. All of a sudden, we're going to see this young defense making plays. And as the season gets longer, as we talked about yesterday, that defense is just going to get better. That offense is going to become more efficient. It's going to become a cluster out there on offense. And I mean that in a good way, where defenses are not going to be predicting exactly what Andy Reid is going to do, or how he's going to do it, or what wide receiver is giving a tell at the line of scrimmage. And so that's why I think this schedule is set up so beautifully to give you confidence at the beginning of the year.
I do like that.
And that confidence, as you know, in sports is so powerful. It is so important. The mind is more important than anything else. And if you believe that you're going to win and you think you're going to win and you have the confidence that you're going to win and you know you're going to make great plays out there, then you're going to do that. There's nothing worse than an athlete who's in a slump that doesn't think he's ever going to get out of it. And so you can start the season with young and even Mahomes. I think Mahomes is probably going to need some early confidence as well.
Get that
with
mojo
that knee
back.
and all that kind of stuff. So
Totally.
I think it's perfect for that. Develop that confidence. 17-0. They may shut out the entire schedule this year.
I do agree as far as the confidence is concerned, and I mean I agree that they'll capitalize on it, starting off 5-0. And I love the primetime beginning at home. I think for those young guys, to your point, the crowd getting behind them, I don't even think they don't know what this is going to feel like.
They have no idea.
They have no idea, and I think that adrenaline is going to be able to help push them through. And then I also really enjoy seeing the first road game for this young team. I mean, one of the youngest teams in the NFL, by the way. We went through top 5, right?
Yeah, top 5. I think number 2 or 3.
Yeah, number 2 or 3, youngest team in the NFL. First road game for these young guys. It's at Miami.
It's
at the Dolphins. This
Yeah.
isn't.
Just
you're not
don't
going
go to
Buffalo.
South Beach.
Yeah, exactly. Behave yourself.
Well, South Beach and Vegas in back-to-back weeks. That's a bender.
That is a bender. I only know about South Beach, but I'll tell you what, man, it's fun down there. Yeah. Behave yourself. Go to bed on time. All those sorts of things. But I feel like if that's the biggest test of the week and it's not on the football field, it's you balancing the off-field stuff, okay, that's great. Let's learn how to be an adult in other areas of the world while we're actually focusing on work, and let's go do our business against a team that will be inferior in the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders as well.
Yeah. All right, we'll get more into scheduling stuff as we move along here throughout the day on 96.5 The Fan. We'll talk more about it with Jay Binkley coming up in about 15 minutes or so here on 96.5 The Fan. Just one more quick thing. The Broncos schedule, they get 5 games. 5 teams get 0 primetime games this year. The Jets, the Titans, the Raiders, the Cardinals, and the Dolphins. And the Broncos play 5 games against 4 of those, as do the Chiefs.
Yeah, take it.
But yeah,
I ain't gonna complain.
No, everybody's complaining about the the schedule. The Broncos are like, that's criminal. They get all those games against those teams, and so we can use that against the Denver Broncos later in the season. Anybody play at afternoon?
Exactly.
Nobody on your schedule. You had nobody on your schedule.